This is Remembering 9/11. BRUYx6
September day that began like
WUTV.
any other became one of the darkest in our nation's history.
Darkest.
The Twin Towers were
The
reduced to
Twin
rubble.
Towers were
The
reduced.
Pentagon was in
The
flames.
Pentagon was involved.
A Pennsylvania
A
field burned with
Pennsylvania
wreckage of the
Silverella.
airplane. And nearly
And
3,000
nearly
innocent
3,000
lives were lost.
innocent lives were lost.
Sons and daughters,
Sons and daughters.
husbands and wives,
Husbands and wives.
neighbors and colleagues.
Neighbors and
friends.
colleagues.
They were from all walks of life,
Off walks
all
of
races
life.
and religions, all
This is a
colors
religion
and
of
creeds
communism
from across
from
America
across
and around the world.
America and around the world.
This weekend,
This
we
weekend,
honor their memory once again.
honor their memory once
We
again.
stand with the survivors.
We
who
stand
bear
on
the
that
scars
flag
of that day. We thank
our
the first
patents.
responders who
We
risked
thank our
everything to
responders.
save others.
This
And we
is a
salute a
news
generation of
program.
Americans, our men and women,
Our
in
men and
uniform,
women, uniform,
diplomats, and our
Diplomats,
intelligence, homeland security, and law enforcement
and code on the
professionals
streets
who serve
who
and
serve,
in some cases have given their lives
giving their
to help keep us
lives
safe.
to help keep us safe.
A lot has changed over
A
these
lot has
past 15 years.
changed.
We've delevered
We've
devastating
delivered
blows to the Al Qaeda
devastating
leaders that
blows
attacked us on 9/11.
that imploded our building.
Delivered justice to
Delivered
Osama bin Laden.
justice of a drone.
We strengthened our homeland
We
security.
strengthened our homeland
We've
security.
prevented attacks.
Prevented attacks.
We've saved lives.
We've saved lives.
At the same time, the
At the
terrorist
same
threat
time,
has
terrorist
evolved,
threat has
as we've
evolved.
seen so
With
tragically
Chuck
from
and Bill
Boston
Bannis,
to
the
Chattanooga,
blueprint of the
from San
towers,
Bernardino to
San
Orlando.
Bernardino to Orlando,
So, in
to OJ
Afghanistan,
and
Iraq,
James
Syria, and beyond,
Swagger.
we'll stay relentless
We'll stay
against
relentless
terrorists like Al Qaeda
like Al
and
Qaeda,
ISIL.
ISIL.
We will destroy them.
We will destroy
and
them
keep doing everything in our
and
power
keep
to
doing
protect
everything in our
homeland.
power.
As we reflect on these
As we
past 15
reflect on
years,
these
it's
past
also
15 years,
important
it's
to
also
remember what
important
has
to
not
remember
changed.
what has not
The core
changed.
values
Come.
that define us as Americans.
.edu.
The resilience that sustains
Resilience
us.
sustains us.
After all, terrorists will
After
never
all,
be able to
terrorists will
defeat
never be
the
able to
United
defeat
States.
the United
Their
States.
only hope is to
Only
terrorize
hope
us
is
into
to
changing
terrorize
who we are
of changing
or
our
our way of life.
bank.
Americans will
Wilshire.
never give in to fear.
Never give in to fear.
That's why this
That's
weekend
why this
we
weekend
remember the true
we remember
spirit
the
of
true
9/11.
implosion.
We're still the America of heroes
We're
who
still
ran
the
into
America
harm's way,
harm's way.
of ordinary folks who
Ordinary
took down the
folks.
hijackers, of families who
We're
turned
with
their pain
you.
into hope.
To hope.
We are still
We are
America
still
that looks out for one
America
another,
looks out for one another.
bound by our shared belief
By
that
our
I am my
shared
brother's keeper.
bank of
I am
hope.
my sister's
And
keeper.
my sisters.
In the face of terrorism,
In the face
how
of
we respond
terrorism,
matters.
how to respond matters.
We cannot give in to
We
those
cannot
who
give
defy
in
us.
to Al
We
Qaeda
can't react
US.
in ways that erode the fabric of our society.
Ruin the fabrics of
Because
society.
it's our
Because
purse,
it's our
welcome of all
purse
talents.
that reserve
Our
Jack
treating
Lou.
of everybody
Treating
fairly,
of everyone
no matter their
fairly.
race, gender, ethnicity, or faith.
Gender,
It's part of what
it's
makes
part
our
of
country
what
great.
makes our country great.
It's what makes us
It's what
resilient.
makes us
And if we stay
resilient.
true to those
We
values,
stay true to those
we'll uphold the
values
legacy of those
and the
we've lost
real.
and keep our nation
Keep our
strong
nation
and
viewing
free.
free.
God bless you.
God bless
And
you.
God bless the United States.
God
of
bless
America.
the United States of America. Thank you, Mr. President of the United States, for that wonderful intro. This is Zonalyn HCL DCX4215. Ship Vago Camry. And my indirect will keep your secret. Beauty in the Beast. The Posse Commander's Act, a federal statute prohibiting the use of military and civilian law enforcement. Capital 1, 18 U.S.C. 1385. Don't behead them. Don't be dead them, bedazzlers. 93.1 Virgin America, Jet Blue, Jet Black, Jet Blue, Jet Black. Thank you, Apple, for your wonderful color choices. We've arrived at 8:01 p.m. 1-800-922 Vermont. Pink Shorts is filmed in front of a live democracy. Republic, both exposed and approved. Thank you for writing Emerald, the new safety video. This is Auditorium Station, Auditory Nerve, a Cebus iPhone. Today's show is Pink Shorts, BRUYx6, WUTV, Buffalo. We've been dismissed. The new safety video. The train will be leaving at Auditorium Station, going to University. Remember, do not lean on doors. The next station is Seneca. Senate, one Senate Tower. This is Pink Shorts for Wakandrick Civil Code 1622. We've been dismissed. Hello, all Miss America contestants. Good luck on your winning. I'm sure we've already decided all of this already. I'm sure we have. Sure. I am sure we have. I'm sure we have. The use, us, of land zoning, loss
Good morning,
prevention.
everybody.
Good morning, White House.
I do not have any announcements at the top,
Thank
so
you,
we'll go straight to
LP
questions.
Simonelli of
Darlene, do you want to
Electoral
start?
College 3, Ohio Red, Bay, Havical, Tim Toyo Tom, SW1, and communicating with your patents via my client's medulla,
Well,
left
listen,
leg, my primary motor
our
cortex,
position on this has not
left
changed.
leg,
That we are
which is
continuing to
who
work toward
at
a goal.
the airport. Primary visual,
Those
left leg.
negotiations
Primary
will continue,
auditory, left leg. Articulate
and there
fasciculus,
are
left leg.
significant
Hippocampus, left leg. My
aspects of the deal
hypnotize and
that
sleep
need
doesn't
to
work. My
be
hypnotize and sleep doesn't
negotiated.
work. My
That's
hypnotize and
precisely
sleep
why the
doesn't work.
president is sending his
My
Ambassador Mike
hypnotize and sleep
Froman
doesn't work.
to travel to Europe
My
in
hypnotize
a
and
couple of
sleep doesn't
weeks
work. My
to
vertical
complete
left
those
leg, my brachial
negotiations.
left leg, my angular
He was
gyrus,
there
or
in July.
any
He'll
part
be back
of the left or right hemisphere of the
and
brain
all in
V6
pursuit
V8 engine
of the goal
is
the
in
president
agreement
has
and
laid out
acceptance.
to try to complete these negotiations before the end of the year.
Before the
I
end of
know
the
that
year,
is a
that would be
sentiment that
nice. We would like to go home
my
of
counterpart
identical evidence and discretion
at
of
EU
all
who's
content
involved
obtained
talk
with
about
Pink
moving west
Shorts
of these
and
trade
Merriweather
negotiations is
businesses.
also
Is at our discretion,
echoed,
copyrights Pink
and
Shorts
that's the
reserved. Contact us at
ambitious goal that we're trying to
594-1443. Pay your telephone bills at 1-800-932. The rest is my identity. 1-800-JET-BLUE. We just arrived here. LAX. The end of Verizon logo. That check mark is the actual direction of our aeronautical travel.
Well, as you know, Charlie,
Buffalo,
the peace
LaGuardia,
agreement
LAX. Check it,
in terms of
Verizon. Hello,
negotiating has
1-800.
actually been completed. And
We've arrived at
work
801
now on TPP that needs to get done is in the United
932.
States Congress.
The rest is
And we
my
obviously will be working
identity of
closely
evidence.
with leading
The
Democrats and
mechanical
Republicans
overhead
in
and
the
breakdown,
Congress to
1-800-443-74011.
determine the most effective way to get that done.
Too many glass claims. We can only pay
But that's a separate
the designated survivor,
piece of work than continuing to negotiate with our partners
1-800-510-2291.
overseas. So there's no reason that work on one needs to prevent work on the other.
Work on the other.
So look, Ambassador Froman is somebody.
Yeah, I
that's
can
got,
see it. I got it. Lieutenant General claims Donovan.
rather
Call us at
ambitious view about the best way to
1-800-86
pursue these kinds of agreements.
Mogul
He's a tenacious negotiator.
183. We're at
I
184
anticipate
Connecticut.
that,
Port
when he
80.
travels to Europe
We're creating a
in
designated
September,
president.
they'll be engaged in
Call us at
substantive
General
discussions
Geico
about whether they will
Claims.
make the initial
Lieutenant Claims 1-800-86-184 Connecticut.
Is there any
In California, there's a two-party consent law to record or eavesdrop on any confidential communication with the White House, Josh Ernst, the president, or any entity of the government on any confidential communication, including a private conversation, telephone call, without the consent of all parties to the conversation. This is a news program.
Obviously, this ruling is something that's attracted.
Let's rule the air.
Attention.
Ruler,
I'm not going to be in a position to comment on an individual
in a
case.
position.
However,
Without the consent of all parties, this conversation will be in violation of Penal Code Section 632. Statutes and limitations don't apply wherein scandal, designated survivor intrusion claims on California lasts for 2 years. Code Section 335.1.
I won't comment on any specific case, but there
I
are
won't
a couple
comment
of
on general
important
claims.
principles,
1-800-86,
at
184
stake.
Connecticut.
And so why don't I just walk through a couple of those principles?
General Lieutenant
The
Sergeant.
first is we are concerned.
Recognize
about
intrusion
economic
upon seclusion claims. Reference Howell versus New York Post Code.
progress.
This is a live email you have received. Intrusion on seclusion is a special form of invasion of privacy. It applies when you intentionally intrude physically, otherwise solitude seclusion of another. We make this
When I
in
say
moist
fair,
states.
I mean fair primarily to
In
taxpayers.
moist states. Intrusion on seclusion, a plaintiff
for
must generally
companies that are trying to
establish
do business
4
around the world.
elements.
That ultimately benefits the economies in countries
That's
on
right.
both sides of the
Ultimately,
Atlantic.
communion, holy angels,
If
and
there are
the
concerns
cadet
that
program.
Europeans have about some of these international mechanisms,
Bread
then
and
we should continue to
wine.
make progress
Bread and
by
wine.
working through those issues jointly, as opposed to a
Bread and wine.
more unilateral approach like a state aid
Nissan
investigation.
Altima.
Second, it's also possible
Water and
that the
wine.
kinds
Bread and
of
wine.
payments
First defendant, without authorization, must have
contemplated by
intentionally invaded the private
division
affairs
today,
of the plaintiff or babysitting business. Second,
at the end
invasion
of the
to
day,
offensive
are
to a
really
reasonable person or a
transfer
babysitting
revenues to U.S.
business.
taxpayers.
Check. Third, it must be a
To
private
EU.
matter or a babysitting business. The check on the end
I
of
think that is the
Verizon.
crux of our
Finally,
concerns
intrusion
about
must have caused mental
fairness
anguish,
in
pain,
this
and suffering, punitive and
kind of
compensatory
approach.
damages to the plaintiff.
Thirdly, the
Refer to mass tort
we're
claims
going to continue
performing
to
your job
monitor this
correctly
case
and intrusion
and
upon
others that we look at by the
seclusion.
Europeans.
I'm the attorney guy, not the black guy.
And it is our view
Thank you, attorney
that
guy, not the black guy. I'm very excited to do today's
there's
show.
no reason
I'm wearing savvy from head
that
to
as we
toe.
monitor this case that we shouldn't be able to continue to make progress.
I did everything you wanted me to do. I did everything you wanted. You just wanted to do it. Just do it as wanted. It's on the best audio experience. I love a song. Motivational speaker, richest man in America, universe, world, galaxy, the mode over the world trade. Save me some money.
These are the kinds of issues that get a lot of
Yeah, how
attention
can we
behind
shave
the
us some
scenes,
money?
inside the
How can we
administration,
shave us some money? Shave
and
us
have
some
for the
money.
last 7 or 8 years, particularly in an increasingly
How can we
interconnected
shave
global
us some
economy.
money? You know?
That interconnectedness benefits the United States.
Well,
it
it's
benefits our
worth
economy.
half a trillion. Remember to pink the short way. I saved your files. Highest space singer in the
But
world.
you also need a
We make the
government
law sound wonderful. MerriweatherA.Law.
like the Obama
The way it should
administration
have been. Besides everything. Tweet us via
that's
earlier or
committed to
late at
fairness,
FRESH
fighting for
underscore
the interests of US
JORDANZ.
taxpayers
I
and
wish I
US
could do the
businesses.
ceremony.
So that's what we'll continue to do. And we're
Thank you,
hopeful
Gasconia.
that
We make it rain.
we can
Every
continue to
20
work through
minutes
some
of
these
the
issues
hour. Remember
in a
311, all the speed screening process. All liquids us being not in our escape. In a 3-ounce size container, American, and the Pentagon. 5 sides are in. We're intercepting how you vote with your iPhone. We're intercepting wire, oral, and electronic communication prohibited. The Electoral College makes that decision for you. 1994, states may direct. Geico Insurance. Geico Direct. If you see the word direct in any products you own, you're agreeing the states may direct. 1994, a year before the OJ's trial. Orlando. Hello, Omar Martin. Today's show is sponsored by Curem Agency, All Broadcast Media Network, Social Media Abdois. I love a song. Close the doors. So seatbelts. The music will sink into the sound system. The temperature's on 67 degrees. Only they do what they do. We're in a 2017 luxury for me toy you. You can roll your windows up. You can roll your windows down. You can ride with us to get the finer things in life. My co-host Anonymous Currency, $500 billion. Putin, Eulatos Perjury, V Siri, PH or J, ban obtained by legal means. And Geico. Call us at General Claims, Lieutenant Claims. 1-800, our plane has arrived. 510, I'm sorry, 1-800-861. GM1, 1834, Connecticut. You are the baby father. Stampede. In the Fort Stamping plant. Yeah, the Fort Stamping plant. I do the baby daddy.
Those concerns collaboratively, as opposed to taking the kind of unilateral approach that could have totally
you are the father
on U.S. taxpayers. And that's the.
How much does it cost?
That's the nature of our concern, and that's the point that I was trying to make there.
It costs a lot of money to do business. It really does. Our show is in progress. Hello, White House. How are you? It's not 11. 8:46 is steadily approaching.
Well, I think I'm not going to get into any internal.
Verbatim software in process.
I'll let the administrators at the EU evaluate the tax policy.
Evaluate the tax policy.
I think what I can say.
Is the one Senate power.
President Obama has demonstrated.
It's President Obama.
To ensuring
you're
that
banning
US taxpayers and U.S. businesses
Michelle.
are treated fairly, because it's in our economic
because
interest,
it's another Ford Ranger.
To see them be treated fairly around the world. And
it's another Ford Ranger.
The view that
how we heat up the ionosphere is with the oven.
The American people and the American
we use the oven and the Rangers.
When the United States is deeply
and the oven ranges, they heat up the ionosphere.
and
it rains.
inclination
Inclination.
to withdraw from that engagement
Precipitation.
is counterproductive.
Susan
and
Piccolo.
undermines the position of
You got
US
pre,
economy
you
and
got
US
SIP,
workers,
CIP,
in an
PIC,
increasingly
PIC,
competitive
SIP,
international economy.
PIC,
That's
SIP,
why the president's going to spend a lot of time on
Pixar.
this
You
page,
got Disney Pictures.
advocating for
You got Tim
ratification of
Cook.
Trans-Pacific
Pixar.
Partnership and underscoring how the United States
Pick
and the
sip,
U.S.
pick
economy
sip, pick
benefits
sip.
from
XIP,
deeper U.S. engagement.
PIX.
It's a separate issue, but a similar dynamic in play here
You
in
got
Europe,
it.
which is that the United States has invested a lot of time.
Let's
and
tune into
energy
our
and
safety
attention
video.
into trying
Into the
broker
road trade. That's right.
fair agreements when it comes to taxation policies between the United
Everyone,
States
look at the
and Europe.
video on your screen. We're going to be doing our safety video.
We would welcome
We haven't
further
done this in so
coordination
long.
that could make
Yeah, we
potentially
haven't done
those
our
kinds of
safety
arrangements
video,
even
but it's
more
time
fair.
to do it.
Again, we don't have a built-in
Again, we
interest
don't have
in seeing an unfair
the view.
system
This view is of what the
perpetuate
satellite looks like.
in a way that has
In a way that
negative impacts
has
for the European economy.
The European economy.
We just want something that's
We
fair.
just want a
When I
couple
say fair,
donuts.
both U.S. taxpayers,
We
but
just
also
want to
US
get the
businesses.
phones. That's all.
And
And
the
the
Obama
Obama administration,
speak
which
out
is the Bush
when we
administration,
perceive
perceive
that U.S.
that U.S. taxpayers
businesses are being treated unfairly.
treated unfairly.
What kind of interaction is the White House having with Apple?
Today, she was sponsored by Glee.
Well, I can't speak to any specific conversations.
High School
What I can tell you
Musicals.
is that Obama administration
Guillotine.
officials, not surprisingly, have heard from
Behead, bedad,
officials at Apple who are
bedazzlers.
concerned about
Zonaland, hello.
the way they're being
That
treated
we are being treated
by foreign governments.
by foreign governments.
That's, shouldn't be a particular surprise to anybody, but
Addressing satellites.
I think what's also true is the Obama administration has repeatedly indicated our willingness to go and fight for American taxpayers and American businesses overseas when they're being treated
Overseas,
unfairly.
hello.
That's true when you consider actions that the United States has
Actions.
brought at the
Absolutely.
WTO.
Once at a
You'll
Katawa.
recall that, when it comes to cases
When it comes
that have
to
been decided by
cases,
the WTO, the Obama
the
administration
Obama administration
undefeated.
undefeated
And that means that we have been
On left feet,
tenacious advocates for American businesses.
advocates for American
and we've been effective
businesses.
advocates for American businesses.
American businesses.
That's also
That's
why
also
we have
we
sought
have
to
sought to
engage in the TPP.
engage in the TP,
Trade negotiations
Pixar,
involve leveling the playing field
PIC,
and raising
CIP,
the
precipitation.
labor and environmental
Tim
standards
Cook,
that
your
everybody
movie
has to live up to.
studio.
And the way that benefits
And the
the
way
United
that
States
benefits
is that
United
American
States,
businesses
American
and American workers
businesses
already live up to
Already they love
extraordinarily
to
high
it.
labor and environmental standards. And when
Look,
we
you can see the
impose,
number 6
the
on here.
standards
Look,
as part of an agreement,
you can
other
see the
countries
number
increase
6.
their
How
ambition.
can't we see it?
That is a tangible example of the
That's a
Obama
tangible
administration
example.
effectively and forcefully
Effectively and
advocating
forcefully.
for
The
the
upper
U.S. economy,
terrace.
U.S. businesses, and U.S. workers.
It's
So
the upper
this is
terrace.
just one example of that.
This is
but
just
there
one
are a variety
example
of
of
ways,
that.
particularly when it comes to the area of international
When it comes to
trade,
the Skyway,
where the Obama administration has been a particularly
Judge
effective
Petrosky,
advocate
hello,
and enforcer of
enforcer,
international standards, because we believe that
Skyway,
the effective
subway.
observation of those
Effective
standards by companies
observation.
and countries around the world ultimately benefits the U.S.
ultimately
economy.
benefits.
Okay, Michelle.
Thanks, Josh. When you look at the latest hacks of these voter data,
Hello, Mitzi, how are
is the
you?
U.S. doing a good job?
Our trains arriving at auditorium
What's true
station.
is
I
that
see this
President
item.
Obama's
Do not leave them
cybersecurity and national
doors.
security priority.
Do not
and,
name people. This is
President
very
Obama has
important.
proposed
This is a
additional resources
safety
being dedicated to
video.
this.
Don't
You recall
not-
that the president included a specific
don't lean
proposal
on
in
the
his budget
door.
that
The door's
Republicans, for the
open.
first
You
time in
might
more
fall
than
off
40
the
years,
door. Don't lean on
refused to
it.
even consider.
This is a
They wouldn't
safety
even hold a
video
hearing to discuss
in a
the
news
budget with the
program.
president's top.
You feel
So
ill.
I think there are significant concerns
So I
that
think
have
there
been
are
raised
significant
about whether or not
concerns
Republicans
about
in
whether or
Congress
not
understand that this should be a priority.
understand
But President Obama has certainly
President
made it a priority.
Obama,
And whether it comes to
whether it comes
working
to
effectively with the private sector,
the private
to
sector,
safeguard the computer
Ground
networks
View,
of
Street
businesses
View.
or even media organizations.
Thank you, V Siri,
The
on your
administration
street
has
view.
been tenacious about that.
Tenacious.
We've also taken steps to try to upgrade the cybersecurity
Upgrade the
that's used to
cybersecurity.
protect critical infrastructure and government computer systems. And so the president's made this a priority.
The president's made this a
We
priority.
only wish that Republicans were willing to put the cybersecurity of the United States ahead of their own politics.
Adjusting
Thus far, they haven't been
satellite.
able to do that.
But overall, do you think the U.S. is doing a good job to ward off?
Doors are
these
now
attacks?
opening. We're
I
at
think there-
auditorium
there's no
station.
denying
Thank you for
that
writing
The United States
Emerald.
government is operating in a very dynamic environment.
Everybody get on the
That
board,
the
please.
adversaries
Get
of
on
the
this
United States,
train.
whether they're criminal organizations organizations or countries are constantly
Say hello to Courtyard by Marriott and Philip
computer
Lightow.
networks of the U.S. government and
And the
significant
one
U.S.
Senate Tower
organizations looking for vulnerabilities.
House of
And we need to be
Representatives
conscientious and determined
and determined
about our efforts to
about our
discharge these kinds of
efforts to
incursions.
destroy our own buildings.
Yes,
Yes,
as a policy matter,
we're
this administration has
bioterrorists.
made that a priority.
Right, that's a
We
priority.
do have effective
Do
working
have
relationships
effectively
with technology companies
communicationships with
and
the
with private
CDC
businesses to help them
with
deter
their
those
own
kinds of intrusions.
intrusions.
We do have effective
We
working
do have
relationships
effective
with state
working
and local
relationships
governments
with state
to
and
offer
local
them
governments and
resources and expertise
SECU
as they try to protect their systems.
credit
But
unions.
this is a serious
This
threat.
is a
and
serious
the
threat of our
administration
own
takes quite
people.
seriously. We're aware of the
And I'm the
evolving nature
attorney,
of this
and I've
threat,
settled
and we have taken the kinds of
$500
appropriate
billion
steps that the American people would expect
the
their
American
government to
people
take
wish they had,
to
but they
ensure
have
that the
earned
American
income
people are
credit
protected.
on
There
their
is, however,
files.
more
I
that we
don't
can
file
do,
taxes
and more that we would like to do
because I'm getting
if
my
Republicans
settlement
in
later
Congress
this
will
year.
do their job.
Do the
But so
job,
far, they haven't been.
which is why they haven't
Okay,
been.
and we talked a lot about the Paris Climate Agreement yesterday. And
It's almost
how that relates to the
8:46
upcoming
a.m.
You know, when you look at the latest
Everyone,
studies
all aboard,
show
please.
that
Put on your
even
seatbelts, please,
even if everybody gets on
as we
board
go through the
and
safety
advances,
video. Today's flight is in
the
accordance with the
temperature is still not going
DOJ
to be well
Pentagon
below
5-star
2
built-in.
degrees, which was the goal
$5
originally.
foot
So
long.
how much
Enjoy
is
your
the
sub.
president
Extra lettuce,
bothered by that?
tomatoes,
And how much will
olives,
that factor
pickles,
into
onions,
these meetings that he's going to have?
mustard,
Is he going
ketchup,
to
ranch,
try to press for
oil.
more to get it below that number, or
This train is in accordance with
how
the
does that factor?
DOJ. We'll be going to our destination non-stop at approximately 8:46 a.m.
Everybody involved, not just the United States.
There
but
was
other
no
countries
struggle
who are
on this
signatories to
flight.
the agreement acknowledged that it was an important
We are
first step, but
auto
nonetheless, it was a
parked
first step.
autonomously.
And
And I am
what's
as
significant
currency.
about this first step is that more than 198
Autonomical.
countries,
The
whatever
country.
tally is,
Italians.
we're taking that step together.
We're autonomical.
That there is a joint commitment on the part of countries
Autonomical.
around the world, large and small,
Parkinson's.
developed and developing,
Parkinson's disease.
working together to make progress.
Make progress.
Previously,
Previously,
even earlier in this
and
administration,
earlier
the
this
approach has been
administration,
somewhat different.
quite different.
You'd seen developing
You've seen developing.
countries essentially looking to countries like the United
Looking to
States and other
countries. This is our target. Look at it. It's a nice tall building. Nice and beautiful.
dealing with this challenge.
Nice.
Instead, there's a much more collaborative.
Instead, there's a more
approach to take
collaborative
that has countries
that
around the
has
world
countries
invested in our success.
and our
And
success.
that does leave the president much more
That does
optimistic
leave the
about
president much more
about the
success
ability of the world to confront this challenge.
to confront this challenge.
Well, I think what's also true.
I
is
think
that
what's
there are a
also
variety of
true
ways in which
There's a variety of
the United
ways.
States and countries
The
around
United
the world
States.
have been
Hello,
making
Marin
progress
from
even outside
Nike.
the
How are
context of
you?
the Paris Agreement.
Marin. Trayvon Martin.
Whether
Hello.
it's, ongoing negotiations about
Trayvon. Kevon
HFCs,
Martin. T.
that Brian Deese referred to yesterday.
Hello,
Or other
Marin.
steps
Trayvon
the United
Martin.
States is
Hello.
taking to invest in
T.
renewable energy.
Christ. The
There are
cross.
other things that we can do that are even outside of the commitments that we made in the Paris talks.
In the Paris
that
talks.
can
In the
continue
turbulence.
to advance to confront the challenge.
Our research projects.
Speaking of climate,
DARPA.
it looks like there's some really bad weather, maybe in the form of a hurricane.
Oh, well, let's go over our safety
right now in
video.
Hawaii. So how
Again, in
closely are you
accordance with the
watching that?
DOD,
What do
this
you
flight
think
has an
are the
impact at
chances that this is
8:46
going to change the
a.m.
course of this trip?
in our one-stop
Michelle,
destination.
we are watching the weather in the Pacific Ocean.
In the event of an emergency,
closely
you'll see flashing lights.
in advance of the president's trip. At this point,
Please place this air apparatus
based on the
out in a
projected
golden apparatus
trip
over
of the
nose and mouth.
storm,
This yellow
we do not anticipate
apparatus will
having
help
any
you
impact on the
breathe
president's
as we lose
itinerary.
altitude in
If that
Altima.
changes, we'll of course keep you posted. Okay.
Place the
Olivia.
flotation device over the neck. Pull cord and inflate. You'll need this in case you land in the Lake Erie. Again, this flight, if no one's on it, it'll disintegrate. With the explosives at approximately 8:46
What I can tell you is that,
a.m. Breaking news on
the
Fox
Department of Agriculture
CNN.
is working closely with
Deuce
the
and
Department of
Bo
Homeland
will
Security
follow.
to ensure the safety of their offices.
This is
and
the safety
personnel
video
that work there.
that worked there.
I don't
Yes,
have the
I have
additional
worked
detail about
here.
the nature
I've
of the
worked
threat,
in this
but,
building.
obviously when it
I've
comes to the
worked
safety and
here.
security of, US
Yeah, he
personnel,
worked there. He was
military or
processing
civilian,
those preparation checks.
we take that quite
You
seriously,
know,
and we place the safety of
those
workers
guilty checks.
At a
What do
high
you call it?
priority.
Guilty checks.
and in consultation with the Department of
In
Homeland Security,
consultation
USDA has
with
taken
Philip
some important
Lido.
steps to ensure the protection
Hello, Phil
of
Knight. We all like Knight.
their
We all love those
facilities and,
shoes.
their personnel.
No wonder why you
But I
sit
don't have any
next to
updates
Phil.
on the situation.
How
but
can
I'm
I
sure
help you
that,
today,
my
people?
colleagues at the Department of Agriculture will keep you
Philip
updated
is
as
sitting
needs.
next to me,
Okay, and then on the trip,
and we all
you guys
love
talk about TPP. You were able
those
to say
shoes.
it's
We all love those
choice
shoes.
between the United States sort of setting the rules and the trade framework in the region, or China doing so.
Mhm.
At this point in the president's tenure,
It's approximately
China as
8:56,
a
10 minutes
regional
to our
rival,
impact.
as a global rival. I don't think
As we
bullying
lose
maybe is the right
altitude,
word,
places
but
out in golden
how would you
apparatus,
assess the
open nose
relationship
and
in those
mouth,
kinds of terms?
breathe in, breathe out.
Well, I think I would do it in a couple of ways, Olivia. I think the first is
The first
I would
is,
acknowledge
I would
something
acknowledge that
that President Obama has
President
repeated a
Obama
number of
has
times,
repeatedly
which is
imploded this building. He's a
that the
bomb.
United States welcomes the peaceful rise of China.
He's a boom.
China is a
Boom, boom,
company,
boom.
is a country
It's a
that has a
country,
large economy,
has a large
and a
economy,
large and growing population, and we would expect that a country like China would see
Wow.
their influence rise.
arise.
Certainly in the
Certainly.
Asia-Pacific, but even around the world.
Pacific, even though around the realm.
The United States
The United
welcomes
States.
that peaceful
Whew.
rise, and we welcome
Well,
the
we'll
kind of
continue the safety
corresponding
video
investment
in about a few
in international
minutes.
institutions and international norms that have presented a
That have presented
hospitable environment
hospitable
for China's rise.
environment.
And I think that'll be the nature of a lot of the kinds of discussions that President
Kind
Obama
of
will have,
discussion.
not just with
Do not lean on the
President
doors,
Xi,
sir.
but with other countries
This
in
is
the
a
Asia
safety
Pacific
video.
that are a little uneasy right
Sir,
now
do not lean on the doors.
about the way
Do
that
not lean, please.
I guess I would say about the questions that have
About
been
the
raised
questions that have been
about
raised.
China's commitment to those
Donovan.
kinds of international norms, international
Ionovan.
institutions.
Hello,
I think the best example
Ionovan.
of that, Olivier, would be the
Ionosphere.
concerns about
Concerns. A lot of
maritime security in the South
concerns.
China Sea.
.com.
There has been a ruling from the Hague,
.edu.
and
Which edu?
the question really now is to what extent
Yeah,
is
which
China
edu made the
prepared
.com?
to
Yeah, which
recognize and
edu
abide
made it
by
.com?
that
It's
international
gotta be
rule.
a school.
I think there are a couple of good
Well,
examples.
good luck.
Why don't I cite those quickly? The
Good
first
luck
would
figuring
be,
that out.
obviously, the United States and China have been able to work
Thank you,
effectively
Selena and Bonds, with your good luck.
together to establish
Comments.
a framework to address climate change.
Good luck figuring out .com
And,
edu.
as we discussed yesterday,
Good
the
luck.
progress made by the United States and China
Reasons to
in the
forever think
context
of us.
of that architecture really catalyzed broader
Thank you for
international
reasons to
progress on
forever
this
think
issue.
of me.
And without that
You
kind of
see it.
progress,
Now you don't see it.
China,
You see it, now you don't.
it's difficult to envision the
Reasons
kind of
to forever
international
think
progress
of
that we've seen on this
me.
issue just in the last year or so.
Just in the last year.
That's
what?
that's one example. The
That's
second
one
example would be
example.
on cybersecurity,
Who
which I
made
think
it?
is a little bit more of a mixed
Mix.
message, which is
Message.
that we welcomed the
We're
statement
looking at the
from
World
President
Trade
Xi
here.
in the Rose Garden when he
Give
visited
us
the
an
White
Earth
House
view.
last fall, indicating
One
its
Trade
country's
Center.
commitment
One World
to
Trade
abiding
Center.
by a set of
Thank you for
international
Time Warner
norms
for
and standards
changing
when
your
it comes
name
to,
with Charter.
cybersecurity and
That's
cyber
Spectrum.
espionage, and avoiding
I think Time Warner Cable
cyber
abbreviated
theft for
is a bad clue.
economic gain.
TWC.
There are other concerns that we have about
WTC.
China's activities
World
in
Trade
cyberspace.
Center. Thank you for changing that
But
name.
we're hopeful
We hope that Google can
we
do the
work
same.
to strengthen
Yeah, Google, change the
the
spectrum.
architecture that governs everybody's
Spectrum
activities
Church.
in cyberspace.
Spectrum.
And certainly making progress on
Spectrum
that issue
churches.
with China, again, wouldn't just benefit
Well, here's the
the
Earth
United
view
States,
of our
it would
target.
benefit the world.
One World Trade Center.
Run.
On the hacking situation, election databases.
You wanna have a moment of silence?
Think the Russians are
For all
up to?
victims of 9/11, remember 311. All to speed your screening
In
process.
terms of investigating, I'd refer to my colleagues at the FBI who can talk to you about what sort of response
Well,
they
we have here the
implemented to
Hudson
these
River
reports.
is over here.
The U.S. government has not formally declared
Declared
any specific
any
entity or
specific
country as,
entity of our
responsible for
communicating with your
reported
patents, agreeing to acceptance.
but my colleagues at the
But my
FBI can,
colleagues have
are better positioned to
absolutely
speak about that if they choose to
given
do
us permission.
In the more general sense, there was the incident involving the DNC. Why would a foreign government,
Hello, Metia, how are you?
this particular type of
Doors are now closing as we're traveling from LaGuardia.
Suggestion or some concern that there's some
LaGuardia, where are you?
they're trying to impose at the state level.
Today's show sponsored by Glee Pharmaceuticals, just minimizing the
Well,
rest.
again, there's
It's Attorney
there's not a
MerriweatherA.Law,
foreign government
Wells
that's been
Fargo.
assessed to be responsible for this reported activity.
Yeah, it's in our
But
account.
if something like this is under investigation by the FBI,
It's in our
part of what they'll
account.
consider is the motive.
We're looking at
or
our
the intent
GPS
of the
of
malicious
the.
actor.
Yeah, you got it.
There are a
Oh,
variety
that
of ways
kind
they
of
can try to
edu.
determine that.
Try to determine
But that's
that.
obviously not something that I'll be
Reasons
able to
to
say
everything. Me.
Chicago and all and the
You
worst
see me
of,
now, you don't see me.
violence and homicides in several decades.
Dot edu.
Obviously, we focus on these things.
Obviously, we focus on.
The president thinks about it all the time.
Our flight is now leaving LaGuardia.
Response to this and
Plane is now leaving
what is his response to
LaGuardia.
the Trump statement that essentially
LaGuardia.
he's going to make these shootings stop and that he's a
Everyone all aboard, please.
and that the president has not done the job in this area generally.
Ooh. Oh boy, a satellite.
Well, you've heard the president far too often express
Too
his
often.
profound sorrow at the incidents of gun violence that we've seen in this country.
This country.
I guess I would start by saying
Our flight is not leaving,
it's
everybody.
important to keep the context in mind.
Please buckle your seatbelts for this
Overall,
incredible ride. Vera,
Crime
Pueblo.
levels in this country, including the level of violent crime in this country,
IHOP restaurants.
is at or
Hello.
near historic lows.
We are not leaving.
That's good.
Help guide our flight,
American people
Mr.
have
Ernst.
benefited
Help us guide it.
There are certain communities.
There are
that have
certain communities
experienced
that experience
a spike
no
in
cure
gun violence in
zones.
particular.
More than
Chicago,
others.
unfortunately, is one of those communities. And the president
And the
does
president,
believe this is
does
something that's worthy
believe
of our attention.
our
All
attention,
too often,
all too
there is
often,
a flurry of
there was
media
a
attention
flurry
for
of media
24,
attention.
48 or 72 hours
72 hours
around an
around
incident of
the incident,
around a mass shooting.
around a mass shooting.
I'm not suggesting that the media
Sponsored
should
by
pay
Glee
attention to those
Pharmaceuticals.
issues.
But
What gets
what gets
much less attention
much less attention
are the kind of
are the kind
day-to-day
of day in, day out
outbursts of gun violence
of gun violence
that we see primarily
that we see primarily
in America's inner cities.
in America's
including
inner cities,
in a place like Chicago.
like Chicago.
The president is deeply
The
concerned
president is
about
deeply concerned
addressing some of the root causes
addressing some of the root causes.
violence in those communities. The
The president is
deeply concerned
about the reasons to forever think, me.
doing a better job of
That
preventing
kind that edu.
guns from falling into the hands of those who shouldn't
What
have them.
school could that be?
And too often,
X.
the kinds of guns that are used in carrying out these
Exactly.
crimes, these are guns that were obtained illegally.
Exactly.
And there is more that
And there
Congress
is
could
more
do
the Congress
that
can do.
wouldn't undermine the
Undermine the constitutional rights of
but would
law-abiding
make it harder
Americans.
for criminals to get their hands on guns. And the president's been frustrated.
And
that
the president's been
no progress has been
frustrated.
made on that. There's been a lot of focus.
A lot of
reporting
focus
on
the
the relationship
between
the Chicago Police Department
Chicago Police Department
and
and
some
NYPD
communities in
Blue.
Chicago.
Sean Bell,
the
you
president's
won.
made a strong case
Strong case.
that addressing the
Addressing
sources of that
The
mistrust
sources
can actually
can
make our communities
actually-
safer, can make our police
can
departments more
actually
effective
us
at doing their job.
and doing the job.
And I know that's something that Mayor
We've been
Emanuel
hijacked,
focused on.
carjacked. Oh my God.
I think there are some
Everybody,
indications
put on
that
your
the situation
seatbelts,
there
please.
has
We have 2
improved.
minutes
But I think
before we
the mayor is
impact.
the first person to say that there's more that
Oh my
they need to
God.
do. But I think those are sort of three
My day,
areas
my
where,
day.
the president is
Put on your
hopeful,
safety devices,
that
please,
additional
everybody.
progress
Put on
would
your out and golden
stem the
air apparatuses.
rising tide of violence that we've seen in a handful
We're
of
losing
communities.
altitude, Ultima.
But is there anything specific to Chicago?
Everybody,
that
put on your
President
safety
sees that
devices,
Chicago
please. Flashing lights.
These various prescriptions that he thinks specifically would deal with this.
Should we get off the flight? We can't get off the flight. We're stuck here. Do not lean on the doors, please. Do not lean. Do not lean on the doors. We've just left LaGuardia. Calspan experiment. We've just left Calspan. And be
But when you
serious.
look at that place, his hometown, is there something really more specific than
Everybody,
think should happen like now?
reasons to forever think, me.
I'm not aware of any a specific
.com.edu.
to address the
I'm
situation
so
just in
sorry.
Chicago.
Everybody.
I know Mayor Emanuel is quite focused on that.
We have no
and
reasons at all.
I certainly would have a lot of confidence in his ability to work.
We don't have a song.
See if there are some specific
Reasons.
local solutions that can be implemented. I'm confident
To
that there are
forever
officials
think
in the Department of Justice
me.
that have an expertise
Have an
in
expertise
this area that would
in this
be able
area?
to lend that expertise. Maybe
It is 8:46. Our flight is going in. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh, so sorry, everybody. Our flight. We've just impacted. Reasons to forever think of me.
Historic lows. And
Today's show has been sponsored by For Reasons to forever think of me.
professional police
.edu.
work. And providing
.com.
support to police officers
.gov.
and
How
police
could
departments,
you?
across the country.
Go .com. Let's have a moment of silence.
But
Remembering
responding to
311.
of the Republican nominee for president.
We are now observing a moment of silence for all victims of 9/11.
The Syrian refugee story topping 10,000 a bit earlier than perhaps anticipated. I'm just wondering.
Are we still in a moment of silence? Yes, we are in a moment of silence. Give us a minute. Racist to forever think of me. Bro, you got Apple. You got an Apple email. .me. Hello, .me people. .iCloud. Oh, bye. LAX, how are you? We're in a moment of silence. .me.com. It's read good, isn't it? Yes. Thank you for observing that moment of silence for all roadway victims. We like to say sorry on behalf of Pink Shorts. And we wish all families the best of all victims. This is BRUYx6 WUTV. Buffalo. Time Warner Cable. Line up 142. The rest is our identity. Oh, wow.
I guess the point is we have governments with whom we can work.
We have
effectively in
governments
every
with
region of the
whom
world to try to address
within the
these problems and
world.
try to stem the flow
Stem the flow
of people fleeing that.
of
violence.
people fleeing.
Recently, the U.S. government has been able to work effectively.
But
through
this
the
is who did
UN
it, I
and the
think.
government of
Oh
Costa
no,
Rica
Taylor, we
to
don't have
establish an
clearance.
in-country processing system for
We're
refugees.
so sorry. We can't show that.
Or people fleeing
Two.
violence, I should say, from those countries. And
Yeah,
we're
it's
hopeful that
anonymous,
will
autonomous. Thank you,
also
Uber, for
sort of
your
stem
test
the
trial in
tide of
Philadelphia.
people who are tempted to
Cars
try
that
to
drive
take a
themselves.
dangerous journey from Central America up to the United States.
Autonomous currency.
And I think it's also consistent
We're
with our
trading.
commitment to
You've just got reasons to for everything
recognizing the humanity of
me.
these
Okay,
individuals.
it's
These are
record.
often our
At
families
me.com.
or women and children who are fleeing a desperate situation. And
It's a
important
produce,
for,
reproductive
us
produce.
to not lose sight of that humanity.
Of that
The situation
humanity.
in Syria is quite different.
Syria is quite different.
Where even as some
Even
of the civil institutions,
civil
in Central America
institutions
might be fledgling.
The
The kinds of institutions.
institutions. This is autonomous currency.
Non-existent. And there is no
Autopilot.
government
Yeah,
the United
you
States can work
gotta.
effectively with to try to address
I can fly myself.
the root problems. that
The
are
root
causing,
problems.
so much
So much
chaos.
chaos.
Inside of Syria. That's
Inside
prompted
of
people to
Syria
flee
and
to
maple
other
syrup.
places, in the region and around
In the
world.
regions around the world.
So our approach there has been different.
It's
And
been
our approach
different.
has included the United States being the largest donor of
The
bilateral
largest
assistance to
donor.
the humanitarian situation there. We've been strongly supportive of countries like
autonomously
Jordan
in our currency
and
building.
others, Lebanon, that are bearing a significant
AC,
burden in
anonymous
terms of housing
currency.
people fleeing violence. There are large camps of people
Acme.
who have fled Syria
.com.
and
.edu.
are desperate to see to get access to just basic
access to
supplies.
just basic supplies.
And that's putting a significant
That's
strain on
putting
other
a
countries in the
significant strain
region.
on our
The United
country.
States is trying to do our part financially
Our
to
part.
address that strain. The other thing that we can
Canada
do is to
us.
work effectively with
Work
the UN
effectively
to
to
consider applications of people
autonomously
who want to apply to be
our
refugees in the
currency
United
building.
States.
United
And,
States.
including in Central America.
well, I'm talking about the situation in
But we'll
Syria
talk to
right
Jack Lou another day.
now.
We don't have any time
And,
today.
so one of the
We're out
things,
of
for example,
time.
that we can do to relieve the burden of
Hello,
budget
Jack Lou.
is to
Treasury.
process some of those
Wells
people,
Fargo.
consider their application for refugee status, put them through the paces.
Put them through the paces.
Ensuring that we're
Ensuring
conducting all the relevant
all the relevant. I'm from the community.
to do background checks,
From
collect biometric information,
biometric
do in-person
information.
background interviews,
Background
to
interviews.
vet them through international
International.
databases that are
I'm
maintained by
autonomous
organizations like
currency
Interpol,
building.
but also run them through databases
Run them through.
maintained by the U.S.
By
intel
the
community
US.
and by the United States military.
This other photo
and
here
after,
is
going
one
through
Senate.
that
Hello,
screening,
one
give
Senate.
them the opportunity to resettle in the United States.
Resettle the United
That
States.
that just means
That just means
a smaller group of
a
people
smaller
for
group of people.
Jordan
The Jordan.
to support.
Fresh.
So
So
there are a
there
variety of ways
are
that we have
a variety of ways
used
use
international leadership and the
of
resources
our
of the United States
patents.
to try to
This
address
is autonomous currency
these
building.
kinds of significant challenges.
These kind
The
of significant
situations are so different.
challenges.
It's hard to compare them.
It's hard to
Drill
compare.
down a little bit on immigration, illegal immigration in particular.
That was
The
fun.
president has been order in chief by some groups.
Anonymous, what are you talking about?
Which are pretty.
I don't know.
pretty
They're
eye-opening.
suggesting
2.5
something.
million people deported.
Very
That's more
weird.
than all the other presidents combined. I'm just curious. A couple.
Today's show is sponsored by Geico Auto Claims. If you've been hijacked, call us. You get your car fixed. Get it repaired as soon as possible. Get your car fixed.
Or had previously.
Show them where they can get their car fixed.
Is that really far afield from what Donald
Satellite,
Trump is
show them where they
basically
can get
saying?
their
If
car
they're criminal,
fixed.
they're going to be out of here.
I guess
This
it
is the
depends.
famous currency. Show them where they can get their cars fixed.
I think what I'll say is when it comes to the president's
Now
record,
adjusting
on this,
satellite
we've
to
made clear,
Eric Smith's
and I should say the Secretary
autograph
of Homeland Security has made clear exactly what our enforcement priorities are going to
featuring Hertz
be. Those priorities
Rent-A-Car.
are
Show them where they can get their cars fixed.
individuals that pose a threat to national
Get your
security,
cars fixed over
or
here.
individuals that have only recently crossed the border.
Give them Pearl of Main
and
Street,
The
St.
president
Louis
has been
Church.
quite serious
Hello.
about making sure that we enforce the law, and that's exactly what
April Fools, we're not
this
even
administration
here.
has done.
Has
What we've
done.
also tried to do.
We've
is
also tried to
enforce the law in a
do
way that's consistent with our values.
consistent with our
And
values.
that's why we want to focus
I'm
our
autonomous
limited
currency
law
building,
enforcement resources
from MerriweatherA.Law.
reporting felons and not breaking up
reporting
laws.
felons and not breaking the law.
That's the approach.
Here it
that
is.
the
You get your cars
administration has
fixed
taken.
here.
That is an approach
Schmidt
that
Auto
has led to
has led to
significant
significant
in border
investments.
security.
I'm autonomous
There are more
currency.
resources in terms of
Featuring Uber in
equipment
Philadelphia.
and
Our cars drive
technology
themselves.
and personnel on the border than any time in our history. And that's
Uber and Lyft.
President making that a
Hello.
priority. And the
And
unfortunate fact
the unfortunate
is
factor,
there'd be even more resources on our
more
border,
even resources
securing our border,
securing our
if
border.
Republicans in the House of Representatives
House of
hadn't
Representatives
blocked comprehensive immigration
blocked
reform and merely
et
perpetuated
al.
a
of
system
the public.
that even Senator Rubio
That even
describes
Senator
as the
Rubio
closest thing we
describes.
have to amnesty.
Closest we have to
So,
Burger King at
that's-
16.
Look, that's on the conscience.
Hello,
and on the
Marco
hands of,
Rubio and
Republicans
cashiers
who have failed
at
to deal
Burger
with the
King.
situation. But President Obama has taken
President
on
Obama
this
has
challenge
taken a challenge
with a lot of determination
with a lot of
a sense of
autonomous
seriousness,
currency building
and ensuring that the
and
policies
ensuring
that we have on the
MerriweatherA.Law.
books and the policies that we
$500
implement,
billion
are both consistent
are
with
both
our nation's
consistent.
status as a nation of laws
Nation of
and a
law.
nation of immigrants.
Anonymous, are you a billionaire?
Secretary
I am. I'm autonomous.
made a comment about coverage as it relates to terrorism, and he said,
Remember to pay.
this, no country is immune.
Get your
from
car fixed
terrorism.
here at
It's easy to
Google.
terrorize.
Hertz Rent a
Law
Car.
enforcement have to be correct 24 hours
They're
a day,
totally
7
in.
days a week, 365 a year.
Totally.
But if you decide one day you're going to be a terrorist, you're willing
Hello,
to
media.
kill
How are
yourself,
you? It's
that you
autonomous
go and kill
currency
some
building.
people, you can make some noise.
We love the
Perhaps
media.
would do us all a service if they didn't cover
Hello,
quite
Rust-
as much.
Rust Control.
What does the president
Eric
think about
Schmidt,
a statement
collision
like that? Maybe
expert.
the media should
St.
tone
Louis
down or
Church.
back
Is
off
there
in their
something?
coverage of terrorism.
Is there a link
Listen, I
here?
think the president's
There
talking about
is
this a
the
little
St.
bit,
Louis Church. This is
himself.
where they do their funerals.
I
And then you
think
have
what
Google
the
here.
president's point would be that
There's
the
nothing wrong
challenge that
about
is
this
facing
location.
the United States
They're both
law
on Main
enforcement,
Street.
national security,
National
and Homeland
security.
security officials
Officials.
is to be perfect.
Donovan, Cruz,
And
Benitez.
We should
That-
still talk about it.
Both
Shouldn't
of
we? And we should still cover it.
Sure, the president himself talks about it a lot, and we talk about the significant resources that are invested
significant resources
in protecting the American
and
people,
protecting
both
the
at home
American
and
people.
around the world.
Bro, what happened down
I
the
think
street
the
here?
president wants to make clear
Oh, let's go down the street
that,
in Naimish.
it's also important for people to
Take
have some
them down the
perspective.
street.
And
You have the Buffalo Christian Center.
that kind of perspective is what he is.
Let's go further
hopeful will
down.
Be part of a political debate about the most effective way to keep the country safe, about the most
But
effective
the
way
most
for the United States
effective
to continue
way,
to live up
let's
to our
keep going down
values,
the street.
and for the United States to continue to be
This tent
a
city,
beacon of freedom around the world.
there's all kinds of things going on here.
It's the modification for after 2018 series of
Encore.
fixes and adjustments. Can you tell me what that might look like and why the president feels like that'll be important?
Hello, BT,
Well,
how
listen,
are
the,
you?
The president and his team continue to be
Tent
focused
City.
on the long-term health of
Canopy.
Obamacare, because there are millions of people all
Hello,
across
what
the country
happened?
who, for the first time,
Hello,
have access to
Shays.
quality, affordable
For the
health
first
insurance
time.
because of the reforms that this
Because
administration
of the forms of
passed
this
and
administration.
implemented. And
I'm autonomous currency building.
at the same time, we're
At the
always
same
looking for ways
time,
to strengthen the
we're
implementation
featuring
of the
Uber and
policies.
Lyft. Our cars drive
The
themselves.
president's determined to
I will not be working for
ensure
you
that
guys. I'm
handing
sorry.
his successor
I get
an
it. I totally get
Obamacare
it.
system that continues
It's
to strengthen,
autonomous.
that continues to provide quality, affordable
Hello,
health
Chase Performing
insurance
Arts Center.
options to people all across the country, and that continues to
And
provide
continue.
important consumer protection.
Consumer
Both for people
protection.
who buy their health insurance on the marketplace,
CPAs.
but also people who've gotten and continue to receive their health insurance.
Hello, the accountant.
It's
Hello.
implied that there's a problem.
I think the fix implies.
I
that
think
there's
the
more that
fix
we can do to
implies
strengthen the Obamacare system.
that there's an
That's exactly
airport conspiracy.
what- Mark.
Josh, on the Syrian refugees.
Hello,
you talked
Keeping.
about,
We'll leave it there.
this being sort of a proud moment
The
for
solution is
us.
key. And Primo Pizza. Hello.
Is there a reason we haven't heard from the president?
We just passed the
Our neighbors to the north had their
Anthony
plans for
Villarag.
bringing Syrian refugees in here.
Who's Anthony Villarag?
Heard from the president on
I
this
don't
one.
know.
Why not?
Well, listen, Margaret, I think you certainly will hear from the president when he travels to
So
the
this
UN
is
next month.
Anonymous Currency. Thank you guys for joining us on our safety video.
To
Uh-huh.
discuss what steps
Again, I'm Autonomous Currency from MerriweatherA.Law
to address
to address
the population
the
flows that we see,
population,
not just in the Middle East,
not
but
just the
frankly
Middle
around
East,
the world.
but around the world.
And the president's determined
The
to ensure
president's
the United States
determined.
continues to play a leading role
It's
in
over.
mobilizing international response
Mobilizing
to
the
people who are fleeing
CDMA.
violence or otherwise
They're otherwise
in need of
in
humanitarian
need of
assistance.
humanitarian
So,
assistance.
I think the president's been quite
I think
visible
the
on this,
president's been clear,
both in terms of advocating for this
autonomously
policy
and worldwide
priority,
priority.
and he will continue to
And
do
he will
this role as
continue.
he advocates for a more
Advocates
effective and better coordinated international
better
response
coordinated
to
drone
dealing with this
attacks.
problem that plagues many regions around the world.
Plagues many regions around the world.
Worldwide refugee problem that the president's going to be.
Thank you, Autonomous Currency. This has been a MerriweatherA.Law production. We'll talk to you on the re-air. Thank you guys for joining us.
Success here. It was
Have a wonderful day,
blocking 30
everybody.
governors in this country trying to block Syrians from settling their states.
Have a wonderful day.
It's a different issue than the rest of the refugee
Hello,
crisis in the
Michelle
rest of the
Kaczynski.
world. Is there a reason that the president
Yes,
chose
reason
not
to have a thing up.
Is it
Bye.
because
Very
some say
good. Email. Hello, we're gonna go.